We've got the Club World Cup semifinals set, my friend. Two fun matchups here.
Yeah.
Fluminense versus Chelsea, PSG versus Real Madrid. And to figure out where we're going to go here, which one do we talk about first? Which matchup are you most excited for between these two?
I mean, just because there's a Brazilian side in it, I'm excited for Fluminense Chelsea. I need to know. know. Can Big Flu find themselves in a final? With there are 32 teams in this tournament, and a Brazilian team get to a final. I need to see if it's possible.
Imagine, man.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing. I've asked that question basically every round. Can you imagine if a Brazilian team can top their group?
Yeah.
Can you imagine a Brazilian team can make it past round of 16? Yeah. The quarterfinals. And now we're in the semifinals, and Big Flu. Everybody's got that cough, bro. Everybody's got that cough, man. And Fluminense has found themselves representing Brazil on an insane run led by their leader, Thiago Silva, in that backline, commanding these players, led with their star, João Arias, scoring insane goals, just player of the match in so many of these games. And just all around, great performances, both defensively and offensively, coming off of a really impressive 2-1 result against Al Hilal. Fluminense is here looking to make history to go to the final.
Yeah, I got to say, out of all the Brazilian clubs, I had Fluminense on the bottom of my list as far as making a deep run. Renato Gaucho, the coach, he apparently has a statue of him outside of the Grêmio Stadium because he had an insane time with Grêmio. He won Copa Libertadores with them back in 2016, 2017. But for what he's done here at Fluminense, and I believe just 3-4 months, he's got this team playing the perfect park the bus defensive type of football, but then he also has them playing free-flowing football when they do get on the ball and go forward. It's the perfect defend counter-attack style. It's like prime Atleti, what Fluminense are actually pulling off, because again, they do have, the defensive stalwart of Thiago Silva, but then up top, João Arias, you look at his stats, he's leading the team in touches, shots, creative chances, passing.
Jeez.
It's ridiculous what he's pulling off, but you see it, even without the stats, you see that Arias is playing at an insanely high level. The 2 goals that they scored against Al Hilal, beautiful goals from Martinelli. I didn't know he had that in him, to be completely honest. My God, what a shot, what a
Top
goal.
bins.
He has, Gaucho's got this team believing in themselves, and then Hercules with another off-the-bench appearance and another goal. Fluminense is playing perfect football right now. Their toughest task awaits them, though, as they play Chelsea.
Yeah, you're completely right. And it makes sense now, having seen Fluminense played all these games, why they're the Brazilian team that made it the farthest. Their system gives them a chance against any opponent in any game.
Yeah.
And so that's what excites me about this matchup, because you're right. On the other side is a team that's picking up momentum, a team that is considered one of the most elite here at the tournament, has insane weapons, insane talent, and has a player like Cole Palmer cooking on all levels going into this match. Chelsea is obviously going to be the favorite going into this game, but I just think this matchup will be so entertaining, so fun to watch, because once again, we see Chelsea matched up against a Brazilian side.
Yeah.
Can they finally put out the flame that Fluminense has ignited?
That's the crazy part. This is Chelsea's 3rd Brazilian club this tournament, man. They had to take out Palmeiras just in this past round. They actually lost to Flamengo, right, in the group stage. Now they're playing Fluminense, right? This is going to be interesting because I think defensively, they're going to be very used to what Fluminense will have to offer. Palmeiras were very good defensively, and if it wasn't for one of the weirdest Weverton moments I think I've ever seen, right? Yeah. Maybe it wouldn't even be Chelsea in this spot. Maybe that game would have gone to penalties. I don't know. I don't even want to get into the controversy of whether
that
Weverton
was crazy, man.
Did anything behind scenes, because my goodness. But Chelsea are here. And I think the fact that they're able to go head-to-head with Palmeiras and ultimately come out on top, I think will be a good indicator of what we might at least see on the pitch against Fluminense. I expect Chelsea to have a lot of the ball. I expect Cole Palmer, Madueke if he starts, but more specifically Pedro Neto, to just constantly attack Fluminense constantly. But I expect Fluminense to be able to actually absorb a lot of that pressure and be dangerous themselves on the counter. I think this is going to be a very tight match. It could go either way. I'm going to doubt Fluminense again. I have no choice. I have to doubt them again. And I actually don't. I actually feel bad for doing it this time. I didn't feel bad these last other times. Yeah. But the fact that they made it all the way to the semifinals and have actually earned it, they've deserved it. They are a top 4 side at this tournament. I'm still going Chelsea.
You just have to think that the European brilliance will ultimately outshine the Brazilian heart, the Brazilian soul that we've seen displayed by Fluminense, right? Like, eventually, the European difference in money invested in the team and in talent, I think, has to show, and ultimately will result in Chelsea knocking out Fluminense. That's a perspective that I do think I align with as well, because I picked Fluminense to defeat Al Hilal, and I was very happy about that. And I was rooting for them, and I'm very happy to see them here. And I know that there's a lot of Fluminense fans online looking to get that support. They deserve it. You're right. But I think I saw Alexis McAllister in an interview that has stirred a lot of controversy in the build to this tournament. He was speaking in Spanish, and he was being asked about the level of quality between European teams and South American teams. And he was like, South American teams, they're going to go deep in this tournament, but at the end of the day, the European brilliance will outlast the South American grit.
Yeah.
And I just think that's a perspective I still align with going into this game. If Fluminense is able to get a victory here, I think I would definitely need to revisit how highly I rate the European dominance, the European financial structure, everything that benefits the European game, because the Brazilian grit is ultimately something that is equal to that.
Yeah.
Would be my takeaway if Fluminense is able to do it here in a semifinal. I have Chelsea, not just because of the all-around quality in this team, but specifically it is the Cole Palmer factor, man. I think I saw a version of him in this quarterfinal appearance against Palmeiras that was ready for this moment. That was excited to have the ball at his feet. Did you see the goal he scored, bro?
Dude, that's it. What a turn.
The turn was ridiculous.
What a turn. The tightest defender on him, and he completely blew past him with the touch. And then he still had the composure to take the oncoming pressure on his side, hesitate to have a clean shot opportunity, and then shoot it perfectly in the bottom portion of the net and score the goal for Chelsea. That's class. That's world class. I don't know if Fluminense have that.
That's the thing. And then you pair that with, I would say, great knockout tournament footballers, and Enzo Fernandez, who at one point went to a World Cup and won it. And then Andre Santos has been very serviceable as well in his appearances with Chelsea. I think that's been really good. They got X Factor Joao Pedro joining the team, getting minutes in that game. I wonder if he'll get some in this one. Delap and Kunku Neto got to start last game. Interested to see how they line up offensively. But for me, it's that focal point. Cole Palmer, the attention that he brings once he's on the ball opens up a lot of spaces. And if it wasn't for better finishing from Nkunku, Cole Palmer could have had a couple assists in this game as well to go up alongside his goal. So I'm going to go Chelsea on this one. I do think they're the better team at the end of the day, but what a ride it's been for Fluminense. And I also like the little narrative of Thiago Silva going up against his old team here.
Damn, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Silva's been playing for so long, bro. He's played in 3 different eras.
Yeah, dude.
God damn.
For a long time, man.
But yeah, it's going to be a fun match, though. Fluminense are going to give Chelsea hell. They're going to give him hell.
I think so too. I have Chelsea going through. You have Chelsea going through. Let us know in the comments down below if you're going Fluminense. Let me know why. I'm actually curious to know what you think will be a difference-making factor here. But Chelsea to the final is my prediction. Who do they face off against, as we have a really big stars-type matchup with a PSG squad who's playing the most beautiful football we have ever seen, low-key, against a Real Madrid team that's trying to pick up momentum, trying to pick up pace after a disappointing season. And so far, so good under their new head coach, Xavi Alonso. As once again, I find myself saying Gonzalo Garcia on the score sheet for this Real Madrid team to start off their match against Dortmund. You then get Fran Garcia on the scoreboard. You then get Kylian Mbappe half scissor kick bicycle goal as well. Things got weirdly tied at the end somehow though, 3-2.
Sabitzer almost tying it.
Almost fucking tied the game. But it's Courtois' class that shows with a ridiculous save. Real Madrid, I don't know, do they survive Dortmund? Is that the takeaway at the end of the day? Because they're comfortably in the lead until things got really weird at the end. But they got past them. They got past Dortmund same way they did in that Champions League final.
Yeah. So many teams survive Dortmund, and Dortmund are always on the short end.
They're always on the short end, man.
They're always on the short end. Damn it. But yeah, I guess that's a takeaway. But for Madrid, I think more so their true colors will come out against the best team in the world in PSG, who, mind you, had to go to war against Bayern Munich, because this is the best Bayern Munich performance I'd seen all season long. PSG still won 2-0. And I think that's the caliber of this PSG side. So Madrid have had a good tournament. They've built momentum to get to this point. They are actually a top 4 side in this tournament. I'm not saying Madrid don't deserve to be here. They definitely do. They've played some very good football, but they're going up against the best club in the world in PSG. I don't think it's possible for Madrid to get a result here.
It's just the way that PSG plays right now. They're exposing every single team that goes up against them, and they're not being apologetic about it.
Yeah.
They're up 1-0, down 2 men after receiving 2 red cards against Bayern, and Hakimi gets past 3 of your players. And Hakimi finds Dembele. And Dembele puts it past one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time, Manuel Neuer. And then he scores a beautiful, beautiful goal to make it 2-0 and close this game out. And he celebrates because he knows this just adds more lore to his Ballon d'Or race campaign.
Yeah.
PSG celebrating, coming on the pitch, scenes as they take down Bayern Munich in Atlanta. It's just, it's unprecedented, bro, this PSG team. It's crazy, like how much confidence I have in a Ligue 1 side that has been known to have been cursed, that has played at such weird levels in the past few years, relied on such big stars to play like how they're playing now, and ultimately falling short. It's PSG who's favored in every single match now going forward. It's PSG who every time I watch, I'm just mesmerized and taken aback by how well they play together, how clinical they are, and just how dangerous so many players on this team ultimately are. I understand Real Madrid's in a great place, and I love what Xavi Alonso has done so far. It's a refreshing Real Madrid team that we're seeing, but I don't think it's enough to be able to handle this PSG side. You could argue they have the individual players to do it, but I just think PSG has exposed every single team. Even if you have the individual players, you got to know how to play as a team. Real Madrid isn't fully there yet. PSG will expose that. They're going to win this game, brother.
Yeah, PSG, they have me in awe every time I watch them play. I'm not even kidding. There's at least a moment in every PSG game so far this year where there's either a pass, a dribble, a touch, a shot, a goal, where I'm just like, I have not seen something like that in a very long time. The way that they're playing right now, yes, it's very cohesive. They have such good chemistry, but under Enrique's system, every single player is able to fully express themselves. Fully. So you get the cohesion of a really good team, but then you get the artistry, the creativity from every single player. And I just think you're getting the best football on the planet every time PSG step foot on the pitch. Every single time. So you have to match that if you want to beat them. I think there's only like 1, maybe 2 other clubs in the world that could actually beat PSG. Madrid, unfortunately, is not one of them, bro. They're in transition right now. They had a very poor season by their standards under Ancelotti. Now they've got Xavi Alonso in, and there's great things for Madrid. There's definite promise, but I just think it's going to take more time for them to actually get up to PSG's level. Hey, maybe March of next season, we can say a lot more about Real Madrid, but right now, this is PSG's world, and not even an up-and-coming Madrid can take them down.
We talked about, what would it mean if Fluminense can take down Chelsea, and what would that mean for Europe versus Brazil football. What would it mean if Real Madrid is able to pull off a result here? Obviously, the way they do it would matter a lot. Do they completely outclass and dominate PSG? Do we just get an amazing individual Mbappe performance that carries this team forward? Gonzalo Garcia remains possessed. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I don't know. We don't know how the result happens, but ultimately, if Real Madrid does win this game, does it mean something major? Because it could mean they're a little bit ahead of schedule, taking down the best team in the world then.
Yeah, I would say then immediate success for Xavi Alonso. It's the best coaching decision of the season already.
Damn.
We're not even in August. Because I think for Madrid to make a final by beating PSG to get there, that's going to take something that we actually have not seen this year.
Yeah.
We've seen Liverpool try it, right? We saw Inter Milan try it. We saw Arsenal try it. Nothing worked, and those are some of the best clubs in the world right now. So for Madrid to actually pull this off, yeah, definitely ahead of schedule, but already I think you would say that Xavi Alonso, that move is the best move of the season.
Yeah, and if PSG loses, I don't think it's the end of the world for them. They just got the UCL. Yeah, I think they're perfectly fine. They've already made the Final Four this tournament. I think is really impressive. It wouldn't be the craziest thing, but it would just sadden me a little bit because I think they have the chance here to just continue showcasing the dominance that they possess, winning a Club World Cup with an expanded format. They'd be the first team to do that after a dominant UCL final against Inter Milan. would really just drive the message forward that this PSG team is one of the best teams that we've ever seen. Just as fanatics of the game, bro. As fans of the sport. And I want people to really understand that. So I'm going PSG. You're going PSG. I'm going Chelsea. You're going Chelsea.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough. Folks, let us know in the comments down below if you're going PSG or Real Madrid in that matchup. And just let us know your thoughts. Club World Cup semifinals. Exciting time with the finals awaiting. Till next time, guys. Peace.